All right, folks, let's go ahead and get started. I know it's getting a little warm out here, so we don't want to keep you here all morning long. And let me start by saying good morning and welcome to this ribbon cutting event that we're celebrating this morning. I am Patrick Montoya, the Director for the Department of Municipal Development. I just want to say hello on behalf of the mayor. He had an unexpected event this morning and was not able to join us, but his wishes are with us, and apologies for not being here. We've got a short program this morning, and then we'll open it up to any questions that the press may have or individuals from the neighborhood. But let me go ahead and just start very quickly, and then I'll introduce a couple of individuals that are going to say some words as well. We're here today to cut the ribbon for the new and the latest resource available to this community. Long overdue. I know when I was CIP official, is when we started sort of designing this project and started talking about it. Councilor Benton, I believe, was a councilor at the time and may have been the architect that sort of pushed us in the right direction. But it's long overdue, and it's finally here, and we've already put it to use more than 2 or 3 storms, so we're quite pleased with the benefits that it's going to provide to the community, both for Santa Barbara and Martineztown, as well as Wells Park and the outlying area. So it'll cover a large area in collecting that storm water that runs off from the storms and into a safe place. We announced in 2020 the vital flood relief for Martineztown has been long in the making. I think that was the second year that the mayor indicated that this project would move forward. We were able to assemble all of the dollars that we actually needed, and we're here today to celebrate everyone's efforts. I need to thank the incredible engineers here at the city, and in a minute I'll call on Paula Dodge-Quant to recognize her staff and the engineering firm and the contractor on behalf of the city. But if it wasn't for their contribution, and especially AMAFCA, I'm not sure that anyone is here this morning from AMAFCA, but I do want to thank Jerry Lovato and his team, the board of directors. Without their help and assistance, we would not have been able to make this happen. So with that, AMAFCA, you are partners. We are partnering with them on a couple of other projects in the International District, off of Zuni, at Alvarado and Eastern. So we've got other projects with them, and they're a true partner for us, and we thank them for that. In addition to that, we do know that this is crucial relief from flooding. We're also able to provide wider sidewalks, as you can see, and new water lines, and of course the decorative walls. So if you haven't had a chance to take the tour around the facility, there is a story of the Entrada and the Camino Real. Take a minute to enjoy the sheep and the corn and all of the decorative parts of the wall itself as you wrap around this side, so please take advantage of that. In all, it was a crucial $17 million investment, and it took many years to put all of that money together. Unfortunately, no one had it in their back pocket, so we had to take time in order to make it happen. But we made it happen. It's here today, and we're going to take advantage of it. We currently own the lot that's on the corner there. There are still negotiations and ideas as to what that might happen, so stay tuned for the next chapter in the northwest corner of Lomas and Broadway here. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Paula real quick to acknowledge a few of her individuals, employees, and then we'll turn it over to Councilor Benton.
I don't know if you guys can hear me. Nope. Okay, I'll just talk louder. So we're really excited to have this project opening today. It took a lot of time and effort, and I wanted to acknowledge some of the people that were really crucial in getting this in the ground and operational. One of the first people I'd like to mention is Kevin Daggett. He was an engineer with DMD, and he retired several years ago, and this was kind of his inception and his idea for how we would get this done. Also on my staff, we had Shelly Eaton, who was the project manager. We had Lawrence Moya, who was the construction inspector. We also had Logan Patz, who was the construction engineer from CSD. Smith Engineering and Cody were the designers, and AUI was the contractor. So we were really happy with their work, and hopefully this will help to reduce flooding in the area and keep us all dry. So thank you very much.
And before I introduce the gentleman that's going to speak next, who needs no introduction, but I do want to introduce you really quickly to our new Deputy Director for the department, Jennifer Morrow, standing in the This is actually her second day on the job with the city of Albuquerque, so she will oversee the group that manages this facility here, and we're happy to have her with us. She's we'll call her a Las Cruces transplant for the day. So Jennifer, just raise your hand so everybody knows who you are. With that, I most definitely want to introduce our next speaker, and it's a gentleman that has worked very hard for this project and other projects within his district. Councilor Benton and I go back a long ways when I was CIP official, and maybe even a little bit before that. But knowing that, he has worked diligently to make this happen, and I know that he's working very closely with our office to make things happen in the South Broadway area as well. We've got a couple other smaller projects with him. So with that, Councilor, we look forward to working with you in the years to come and your continued support. Councilor Ike Benton, President of the City Council.
Thanks everybody. Thanks so much, Director Montoya. 2006, we had floods here. This was my first year in the City Council. I was a freshman City Councilor. I was trying to lay low and not talk too much until I learned the ropes. But we had 2 serious flood events in the earliest days of the summer of 2006. And my glasses off, sorry. Those events caused damage here in Martineztown, Santa Barbara, also in South Broadway indirectly, and in Bareilles indirectly. Just a series of failure of old infrastructure. And so I think one of the first pieces of legislation I ever passed was a resolution. It was supported by Mayor Chavez at the time to make these issues in the oldest part of the city a priority. Like so many things, our infrastructure, when we grow as fast as we do, the infrastructure sometimes is forgotten in the older areas. And this is one of those cases. We had a pump station that had very antiquated equipment and was just not up to the job. Many years of construction uphill from here, and the runoff that comes from that kind of construction changed things in the years since that original facility was built. But with the support of Mayor Chavez, we did move forward on purchasing, and with AMAFCA, we were successful in purchasing the lot on the corner. I believe it was post office property at the time, and getting that locked down, and then we went from there. But the costs were high, and it's taken as long as it has. And sometimes, especially when you have 2 governmental entities that are trying to work together, and we really appreciate AMAFCA's support on the project. Things take time, but it is here now, and I'm so pleased to see it in place. I know it will provide protections going forward that we didn't have before. But as I say, it's emblematic of why we in the center city need to keep reminding everyone that the brand new shiny growth is great, but we have to take care of where we came from. And where we came from is Martineztown and Santa Barbara and the old parts of downtown and the oldest neighborhoods in the city, which I've had the honor of representing now for quite a few years. We've got to fight for that. We've got to always remind ourselves that that's just as important. It may not be as shiny as new. And this isn't a swimming pool or something really exciting. It's a pump station. But to me, it's one of the proudest accomplishments that I've been a part of during my time on the City Council, to have this done and to have these protections in place for our historic neighborhoods. Way too many people to thank, but again, we do want to thank the AMAFCA board and Jerry Lovato, been a wonderful partner. It's great to have Kevin Daggett on the design team this time around. He's seen it all, I think, probably in his time with the city and in the private sector. And then the support of the neighborhoods, because both neighborhoods have recognized the importance of this. And my fellow city councilors, I want to single one of them out. He's no longer with us, Ken Sanchez. We had a decisive vote on the city council a few years back, And there was a lot of talk about, oh, why is the center city eating up so much of our money? I.e., we need to fix the roof on the convention center, for instance. These are not glamorous projects. Like this, that's a maintenance project, but it's an expensive one. And so, there was a debate, and it was a close call. And Ken Sanchez was the deciding vote. May he rest in peace. He was a guy who, although he represented the West Side, he understood the importance of the old center city and downtown and the neighborhoods that surround downtown. And he supported me on that vote, and we got it passed. And I'll be forever in his debt, and we all should be, to remember Ken. And also the support of 3 mayors now, really. Starting with Mayor Chavez, Martin Chavez, who, as I said, he stepped up and recognized the importance of this project early on. Same thing working with R.J. Berry. We did move the project forward. We did continue to accumulate funds to do what we needed to do. And he and Mike Reardon were very supportive, our former DMD director and CAO, COO. But Mike was very helpful. And then now under the Keller administration, we got it built, and we closed that final gap in funding, and we're able to get it in place. So thanks to all of them, and thanks for the patience, really, of the neighborhoods who've waited so long for this. And I certainly became impatient at times, but it takes perseverance, and that's what we had here. So just very happy day for me, and I'm sure for everyone here. We've got neighborhood representatives who are going to speak, and first of all, from the Citizens Information Committee of Martineztown, Chris Howe, and then we'll hear from Loretta Naranjo Lopez. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Benton. And so, good morning. My name is Chris Howd, and I thank you for the opportunity to publicly comment on behalf of the Citizens Information Committee of Martineztown, the duly recognized neighborhood association representing South Martineztown, just south of here. I'm speaking in place of Frank Martinez, our spokesman, whose health issues prevent him from celebrating with us today. Frank worked tirelessly with many of you to solve the chronic drainage problems and detention storage issues in this area. We especially want to thank the AMACFA Board of Directors, their Executive Director, and Councillor Isaac Benton for their leadership and creative solutions to overcoming seemingly intractable problems in finding funding for this critical project. We also recognize key efforts provided by the City of Albuquerque, the Department of Municipal Development, as well as the New Mexico State Delegation. And finally, let me say, this world-class exterior design and its execution successfully reaffirms our sense of historical place. Well done, and thank you. And now I would like to introduce Loretta Naranjo, who represents Santa Barbara Martineztown. Loretta?
So welcome everybody to Martineztown, Santa Barbara neighborhood. We'd like to thank and appreciate the people that were involved in this Martineztown work group, which is Second Press, San Ignacio Catholic Church, St. Paul Lutheran, the Santa Barbara Martineztown Neighborhood Association, and Martineztown House and Neighborly Service were very involved in organizing in 2006 and bringing our representatives together to make this happen. We wanted to thank Lieutenant Governor Denish at the time and all the representatives that helped us, but especially Councillor Benton, because he was able to get a report out for us on what exactly was needed here and get it done. So thank you, Councillor Benton. We appreciate you. This was a big effort. Sandia Foundation met with us and they agreed to sell the property to the city. We told them that would be the best thing for us because we needed to deal with the flooding in our area, and the city wanted to purchase this, and we asked them to go forward in selling it to them. And then there was also a MAFCA, the people on the board. And of course, Councillor Benton mentioned Jerry Lovato. He was very easy to work with, and we appreciate all his support. So thanks to everyone. Thank you very much. I just want to say that I'm the president of the Santa Barbara Martinez Town Neighborhood Association, and the board would like to also thank you.
With that, we'll conclude this morning's ceremony. We'll do a ribbon cutting, and then if the press has any questions, we'll answer them as best we can. One other person I want to recognize, she's not here, the director for this district with the MAFCA, Debbie Stover, was instrumental in making it happen as well. She channeled a good portion of her allocations to this project, so I know Debbie's not here, but we do want to thank her on behalf of the city as well. She was the former planning director. She worked for me at one time, and we go back a long ways, but she really took a very passionate interest in this project and it made it happen. So with that, Scott, we'll turn it over to you, and then if there's any questions, we'll all stick around after for that. Councilor, Representative, Loretta, whoever else, Misty, please join us.
Just this and move it out of the way.
Let me have your paper, sir.
We're going to give him the biggest.
Okay.
I got this.
Here you go, sir. Everyone can cut on this.
Better be careful with these. Cut my weeds. You guys ready? All right. I'll spell it out. 1, 2, 3. Yippee! Yay!
And again, please tour if you haven't. So, with that, we'll open any questions that any of the guys might have here.